Good morning. Good to see everybody out there, and welcome to everyone who's watching live stream on YouTube and Facebook. My name is Lynn LaCours, and I'm a member of the board here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia. So I welcome everybody. It's nice to see you all there, and everyone who's watching on our live stream. And now let's hear from Reverend Nan.
Good morning, and they snuck up on me. Very effective, Lynn. Thank you so much for that introduction. I welcome everyone this morning. And they snuck up on me. Wait a minute. Whoa. My video is outliving my video here. All righty, let's try this again. Welcome everyone. Good morning, and this is take 2. I hope everyone is doing well today in the sanctuary and wherever you may be. So if you'll join me as we begin our time together, let's just take a moment to be in the presence of the divine as we come together in joy and love and peace. And just breathing in that essence around us, that divine essence of life that is the prana, the air, the breath of life that they call in the East. As we breathe that in together, take a soft focus wherever you like. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And know that as we come together now, wherever we may be, we are infinitely connected through the warp and the weft of the universe and that infinite loving presence of the divine. I know that as we come together, this time is good, very good. I give thanks for everyone who makes this service happen. I give thanks for everyone, the musicians, all of the AV folks, Stan and Dino, everyone who supports this center. I am so grateful. And for everyone hearing this talk, this message, this service, I know that you are lifted up beyond measure through the very thing that drew you to come to this today. So knowing that everything is blessed, as is this time, I give great thanks. I let it be, and so it is. And now we have some very special music from our band, so take it away.
Take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Never one door closed, I hope it one more opens. Promise me that you'll get faith to fighting chance. When you get the choice, stick it out or dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Never leave those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chance where there were taken. Loving might be mistake, it's worth the making. Don't let some helping heart ever leave you bitter. When you come close to sailing out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than a passing glance. When you get the choice, stick it out or dance. hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you sail for small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope that one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice, stick it out or dance. Dance. I hope you 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 dance.
Good morning again. I will be doing the announcements, so go ahead and give us the first slide. So our baby contest is going really, really well, but a couple of things that are changing. Bev did not bring beer rocks today, and she's got to postpone that for a few days, weeks. So what I want to do is call your attention to the two dogs that are last in place, because they have decided to make a last-ditch effort and team up. So on the 27th, Sunday, come and get food for Bernie and Gabby, and it's actually going to be, I guess I could say, catered, because if anybody has ever been to one of our events, the food truck, Roots Jamaican, it's really good. It's sort of like a paella, or a cross between a paella and a jambalaya. It's excellent. It's a rice dish, and he's donating that. So we're going to try to pick a last push for Gabby and Bernie on the 27th. There's a sign-up sheet over there. Sign up on your way out. It'll be $10 per food. There'll probably be plenty left you could take home, and the sign-up sheet will be there next week as well. So meanwhile, when Bev does do hers, along with Sue, who's also bringing dessert for that, you can just donate to your favorite baby when that happens. I don't know when it'll be. I don't think it'll be on the 27th. Okay, let's have our next slide. So, Allensworth, as many of you know, I cannot read that far away, is a, excuse me, I'll turn this way. Yeah, it is, the town of Allensworth is very unique in history. It's the only town created and managed by African Americans. And learn its history from Allensworth historian James Banks, and about the missing artwork of Allensworth artist Samuel Pierrot. That will be on Saturday, August 19th from 2 to 4 and it's sponsored with our friends at Arts Visalia. Now, there's a second piece to that, because at 4:30, next slide, please, come back here and do hot August nights, and it's a sock hop. So come, bring your dancing shoes. We have someone spinning records who has like thousands of records, and I'm sure that you'll hear your favorite tune from the 50s and 60s. Get out on the dance floor, have a good time, and we're going to have a good old American barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs. The cost is $15 just for us to cover costs. Come and plan on having a really good time with us. So also I want to encourage you to go to the Sharon Library. We want to make sure everybody remembers it's there, so we're going to constantly tell you and remind you. Go find a wonderful book. There's so many lovely books back there. Borrow, take it home, keep it if that's what you need or want, but we want to make sure that it's utilized. And since it's always sort of out of sight, we're going to keep reminding you for a while to make sure that you visit it. I think that's it for me. So let's go back to Reverend Nan.
Thanks so much for those announcements, Lynn. There's some good stuff going on next weekend. I think everybody will have a great time at that sock hop. And for now, it's time for our inclusivity quote. Now, the quote this week was selected by Bonnie Carlia. She's one of our team members. And the quote is from Maya Angelou. And it says, "Life likes to be taken by the lapel and told, 'I'm with you, kid, let's go.'" What do you think would happen if everybody lived with that joy in their life? Needs to be taken by the lapel. I'm with you. Let's go. What an inspirational thought for all people everywhere, I believe. Now we have our affirmation. So do you know if we can get our affirmation up for the week? I nurture my passion. It blends naturally with my purpose. Let's do that together. I nurture my passion. It blends naturally with my purpose. What a wonderful thought. You know, we're talking about passion and purpose this month, and we'll get back to that just a little bit later. So keep that in mind, nurturing your passion and having it blend naturally with your purpose. And with that in mind, I'm going to do a spiritual mind treatment that brings us into that place of blend of passion and purpose. I'm filling in for Janice this week, so let's just enjoy this time together. So again, as we come together, just being in the presence of the divine, whatever that may mean to you, whatever name you may use, bring that forward now as we elevate our consciousness, our attention, our awareness, as we bring it into focus about the one, infinite, loving, creative presence that is the energetic of passion in all creation. It is the infinite creator of passion. It is the infinite creator of purpose. And as we come together for this time in space, in this place, whether it be the sanctuary or live stream, wherever you may be watching or listening to this now, know that there is only one, and we are each always one with that power and presence, whatever we may name it. So I know that that energetic of life moves through each of us joyfully and with purpose and passion. And as we come together, I declare that there is joy and love and harmony in this service, and that each person hears exactly what they want to hear, need to hear, and have come to hear, and that anything that may be released that no longer serves is let go and goes back into the nothingness from which it came, and knowing that we are free to express more life in every moment. I give great thanks. I give great thanks for the freedom to meet in peace, and I speak a special word for the people of Maui in their heartbreak, in their loss, in their grief, knowing that they are lifted up by that aloha spirit that is so much the fiber of their world, and that they are fully supported and guided in love. And knowing that this is so, and giving thanks for this and so much more, I simply release this word directly into the law of mind that always says yes, and so it is. And now, this is some wonderful music with the band again. There's going to be lyrics on the screen, and y'all can sing along. And when that's done, I'm going to come back with a message for us. So enjoy the music and be sure you sing. Be sure you sing. Send your love everywhere.
My love, over the mountains, I send my love. Over the sea, I send my love. Into the heavens, and it returns to me. Let's do that again. My love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my power. I send my power. Send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace. I send my peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send our love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. One more time. I send my love. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. Very good.
That was just magnificent. Thank you so much, Hope and Dawn and all the fellas in the band there. We're so very, very blessed to have such wonderful music. And I could hear some of you singing out here. I could. Well, good morning and welcome to the second Sunday in August, whether you're there in the sanctuary or you're out in our virtual community. I'm Reverend Nan, I'm the senior minister at Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia. And as you may recall, we've been having a new theme this month, and it's My Passion, My Purpose. Now, last week we talked about how those two words can be confusing and maybe contradictory, and we might even find ourselves resistant to either one or both of them. This week, we're going to explore both a little more by considering the idea of how fueling our passion can naturally and organically support and expand our purpose. So my talk title today is What Makes You Come Alive? Our passions come with surges of creative energy that are exciting and inspiring and make us feel alive, filled with that excitement of life. And when we're in the midst of something we truly enjoy, we can lose track of time, not even care if we miss a meal or any other routine activity. We're so absorbed in the joy of the creative energy that is flowing through us that everything else is pushed beyond the periphery of our immediate focus. You know, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, noted this in one of his many writings. In expressing more life, we are expressing a greater degree of infiniteness of the spirit. We are more completely personifying it. And this is the real purpose and meaning of existence. It is the nature of spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. Now, this was actually the Science of Mind quote we were looking at during our chat time before service. And you know, everyone is welcome to join us every Sunday in the sanctuary, or you can join us on Zoom at 9:45 Pacific time to share in an informal community discussion. But right now, I want to read it again so you can truly consider the idea of how our passion brings to life our purpose through our individual expression of spirit. In expressing more life, we are expressing a greater degree of infiniteness of the spirit. Infiniteness of the spirit. We are more completely personifying it. This is the real purpose and meaning of existence. It is the nature of the spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. Now, spirit, or what we might call first cause, because by its very nature, the first and foremost cause or source of all creation is spirit, first cause, is in the continual expansion, creating. It's always expanding. That is divine nature, and that's our organic nature. It expresses itself through us so it can experience the physicality of human form. As we create a divine mental model, a mold, what we call a mental equivalent, the universe responds with an equivalent physical manifestation. Consider how you make ice cubes. You know, you got this ice cube tray in the water, and we pour the water into the ice cube tray, and we know that it's going to make ice in the shape and form of the tray, right? You know, when I think of the on form taking form, I'm always reminded of the Jell-O molds my grandma made when I was a little kid. Some of them had 3 or 4 layers with different colored Jell-O, layered with fruit and all sorts of good stuff. I don't see much Jell-O around anymore, and I think that's tragic because it was fun. Of course, lots of that Jell-O mold stuff was seasonal. There was red and green at Christmas and orange and green at Thanksgiving and red, white, and blue in the summertime. But it was a lot of fun to see what the mental model for Jell-O created in that mold. It's the same with our mental model, or what we call mental equivalent of that which we wish to create. We create the form with our thought in our mind, which exists in the mind of God, or the divine mind. Then the creative medium of spirit fills that thought mold with energy, with energetic substance that then manifests physical form. The awareness of and the simmering of our passion begins when we allow our thoughts to build momentum around an idea. That's our first step, you see. The important second step is that we continue to build that mental model or mold by feeling the sense of what it would be like to have our idea or inspiration realized. It's an interesting phenomenon that what we see in our daily diet of news, social media, and advertisements often fuels our mental models, right? How many commercials do we watch for a restaurant or an activity or even a product or a movie before that becomes the thing that we must have, be, see, or do? Well, I do know that those advertisers know how to work our emotions and our sense of feelings about things. And it's the same thing with the news media, but that's usually not as enjoyable as a good restaurant or shopping advertisement. And I think we've all had the experience of our perception sometimes being more intuitive also. For instance, we think of someone and then they call us or stop by. Either way, our thought energy inevitably creates form through the interaction we have with the creative nature of the spirit, that part that we call the law. We call it a law because that nature of spirit produces whatever we think or say into it without qualification, judgment, or preference. As Dr. Holmes notes, we're surrounded by an intelligent law which receives the impress of our thought and acts upon it. This is the law of our life, and we may use it consciously for definite purposes. Even if we aren't usually consciously using it, we're still creating and producing the effects of it in our life. So I think we might as well consider using it consciously. And it follows that once we allow the thoughts and our feelings accompanying those thoughts to percolate, they begin to show up in our experience as an inspiration for our purpose. We can blend what we feel strongly about into a specific action, noticing what we're being called to do. Since we've been endowed with free will, we can choose life-affirming actions and purposes, or not. And we may have many choices to what we might direct. Often we just go along with a daily diet of news and social media that leads to a malnourished spirit with a subsequent leaning towards destructive choices. Those might be self-destructive or self-defeating, or they may be directed towards others. You know, if there is an experience of and a belief in separation from a source that is love, and that love has not been one's usual experience, it's pretty much easier to be consumed by hate, anger, or discrimination and make choices that harm oneself and others. And you know, even if we aren't in an extreme expression of this, the constant input of destructive behaviors of others can distract us and override the creative inspirational vibrations that we're wanting to manifest. We make a conscious first step every time we intentionally become aware of where our attention is directed. As we focus on our passion, the attention to it increases its magnitude. Everything is energy, as quantum physics so aptly points out. And when we give our observation to anything in life, it can change the dynamics from the wave to the particle, from energy to matter. Leaning into a better feeling thought or a more joyful, happy sensation can intensify our focus. And in keeping with the idea of quantum physics, we know it suggests an underlying connection to everything, everywhere. By spending more time with our focus, directing our attention to life-giving, joyful, and love-filled experiences, we can co-create experiences, desires into our reality that benefit ourselves and others. After all, energy flows where our attention goes, right? Too often, we equate purpose with some grandiose idea that we must save the planet, end world hunger or climate change, or bring about world peace. You know, if your conclusion, after all the marinating, contemplating, and focusing, brings you to one of these noble endeavors, then so be it. Go for it, do it, be it. However, as Howard Thurman once stated, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. It often boils down to very simple actions that ripple out into the world, making a difference in our lives that makes a difference in the lives of many. Ultimately, activating our inner sense of joy becomes our purpose. When joy and purpose are combined, we lift our consciousness, deepen our spirituality, and we benefit. We even contribute positively to the expansion of the universe, as mentioned. You know, Brene Brown noted in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, spirituality is recognizing and celebrating that we are all inextricably connected to each other by a power greater than all of us, and that our connection to that power and to one another is grounded in love and compassion. Practicing spirituality brings a sense of perspective, meaning, and purpose to our lives. We can get in touch with our passion and our purpose with simple practices of mindfulness and gratitude. We can build a moment into the time before getting out of bed to notice our early morning thoughts and direct them to enjoyment and gratitude for the good in our lives. We can lean into the sensations of that first awakening and feel how wonderful it is to have a bed, a body, and a roof over our heads. We can set the tone for the day by visualizing joy and love and then feeling that energy around us, and around that energy, experiencing the world. We might even ask ourselves, what am I being called to do today? And what is an action that I could take today to make that happen? Now, some of us might want to save that question until after we've had our first cup of morning coffee or tea. I do better with a cup of chai before I start my heavy thinking. However, the point is, we can lift up our experience of passion and purpose. And as we go through our day, we can bring it up a notch, as Emerald Lagasse might say, by asking ourselves one of the following questions. How can this get better? What is a richer, deeper joy that I can experience? We might consider the words of Wayne Dyer from his book, Inspiration, Your Ultimate Calling. I stay inspired by making an energetic shift within myself. And when I do, the world looks completely different, and I move inwardly towards peace and kindness. I know it's very easy for us to stay in an energetic that is less than joy and less than peace and kindness. And yet each of us has the ability to change our mind, change our thought, and move to a different direction in what we're thinking and feeling. And we all have the capacity to make that energetic shift within ourselves. Every one of us. It just requires awareness. Allowing and inviting the inspiration of spirit within to emerge, and then accepting that divine guidance and creative energy to make things happen in our lives is the biggest key of living in that freedom, in that greater expression of spirit. So I invite each of us this week to take time to be aware of our inner inspirations that bring out our passionate energy. Instead of automatically dismissing them and saying, oh, I'm not good enough, they're too big, I can't do this, that's somebody else would do it better. Take them out, take a look at them. Be the observer of this divine gift that is yours to bring into the world. Don't judge it. There's no judgment in that divine spark within you. Give it a little water, a little nourishment from the gift of time that you give it to speak to you. And hold it in the quiet place in your heart. Take it out into nature and behold its beauty in the sunlight. That inspiration, that beautiful inspiration of the divine. Then let it rest in your heart and listen to the whisper of that small inner voice. Look for the divine love in all your passionate aspirations. You will know without question that this is a good passion and purpose when it is filled with love and promotes more joy and peace in your life. Spirit is just waiting for you to express more fully in freedom. So, everyone, let's come alive this week and enjoy our world as love prevails. And so it is. Ordinarily, I would say a prayer right now, but the song that the band's going to do next is the best prayer that I can think of to cap this song. So I'm going to turn this over to our magnificent folks who provide our music, and then I'll be back in just a moment.
Spirit, you're alive in us. You're alive in us right here. Spirit, you're the light in us, shining bright for us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond us. Yeah, yeah. We feel it. Reveal it. Yeah, yeah. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled. Yeah, yeah. We feel it, reveal it. Yeah, yeah. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. Yeah, yeah. We feel it, reveal it. Yeah, yeah. We see it, reveal it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled. Yeah, yeah. We feel it, reveal it. Yeah, yeah. We see it, believe it. Yeah, yeah. We feel it, reveal it. Yeah, yeah. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit.
That was just excellent. You know, that's a Denise Rosier song. And if you ever want to get really inspired, take a look at some of her work. It's beautiful. We've been playing a number of the pieces that Denise does here at the service once in a while, you know, over the last few months. I highly recommend it. Yeah, Spirit is alive in us. Now it's time for our conscious giving affirmation. And today, we can get that up on the screen. I just invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart. And as we get that affirmation up, we can say it together. My passion is my abundance, and with gratitude and purpose, I share it generously with love. If you'll repeat that with me, my passion is my abundance, and with gratitude and purpose, I share it generously with love. And now the host, if the ushers will receive the gifts, we're so very, very grateful for all of the gifts that come to the center. That energy of love continues to grow and support us as we share this teaching, this philosophy, this faith, this way of life. Keeps our band there, so you can donate online on our website, www.cslvisalia.org, or you can mail it to the center, CSL Visalia, at 117 South Locust Street, Visalia, California, 93291. And all gifts are so incredibly blessed with love as they're received, because it's what keeps us going. And now the hosts received the gift, and I just want to bless these gifts. I know that it is from the love of pure spirit moving in through and as each person that these gifts are received with joy, thanksgiving, and gratitude. They do good work in our center, good work in our community, and good work in our world. And so it is. And now it's time for the peace song. So if y'all want to gather up and do this, we get in the circle. And as you get in the circle down there, the words for the peace song are going to come up on the screen. And you'll be able to sing along. It's a very special part of our service as we sing peace.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Alrighty, everybody, this is the time that we get together and we do this special thing where we celebrate life. So if you'll join me, we begin by saying something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Now, life is in my mind,
Life is in my mind.
and life is in my body,
Life is in my body.
and life is in the body of my affairs. I think it, and oh, how I feel it. And I love it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. And together we can say, thank you, life. And have a wonderful week, everyone. I'll see you next time.